Welcome to the city of Waterside. Now, with the city's growing, we've reached 130,000 and it's coming along nicely now. And so I've been working on it, and what I've actually done in soft time is I've created a road link through here to allow this area to expand and grow. Because I mean, the city's coming, it's slowly gaining population, and what we've actually done is we've reached another, wherever it is, we've reached another key landmark here where we've got 5,000 tourists. So we've now got a driving range. It's got, key factor about this is it's got no noise pollution. So what I was thinking of doing is trying to fit it in here somewhere so that it has maximum benefit. Probably what I want to do is probably take out this road here, and we can probably maybe we'll drop it this side. We can take out that because exactly what a driving range looks like. Not being a golfer. Don't know if there's any animations there. Anyone coming? Oh yeah, look, there's people coming in playing golf. Hey, that's cool. I like that. As I say, not being a golfer, I will put my hand up to that to say, and I think we can maybe put a few houses here. Fill in a little bit along here. Because just double check that, because to make sure that the game, yep, there's no noise pollution there, which is nice and cool because that will give this area a nice boost from a leisure perspective. And I was just going to speed the game up. As I say, the city's growing, but it's a nice slow steady burn is probably the way to describe it. And I think what we're going to do here is just lay in some more roads along here. Actually, it's probably come down this way with a view to maybe coming out from there like that and across. I mean, it may not stay like that, but I think we need it be useful to put these connections in. Just gonna, so that the traffic can flow. Probably a bit too far out actually. Let's bring it a smidge closer. Let's take that. Don't need this here. I think we can freestyle it because that's a fairly nice little curve in there like that, and this will let this part of the city start to expand downwards. I think maybe we'll grid this, semi-grid it I think, and maybe we can come in this way here, that side, and let's do something a bit different on this side. That's about the right place. And then let's come out, say one that bit, one that area there. I think this is one of the fun elements of when you the city gets to a certain size, and it's raining again. You've got the cash to spend on and to experiment with. So I think we can and just come up like that. So we've got a kind of a rose effect there. We can just kind of come in like this. And that can come up there. Well, it doesn't have to be exact. And maybe we can just kind of, I'm just going to squidge over a bit like that, but I think that'd be okay. And actually let's kind of nope, don't like that. Just come in with these. So I don't want it looking exactly right. I mean, this isn't an exercise in geometry. I think we can just kind of there, and we put a little bit up like this. Something like that. And then we can put some parks and stuff in as the city grows. Got a little bit more kind of commercial coming in here. I think maybe we'll adjust this area. Actually, let's convert this area. Let's take off the... I think we can put this back to just generic and expose, because we've now got the target for the tourism without actually growing this area, which was good. Got Washington Park here, which is okay. So yep, I think that's good. And we can now just fill in a bit more commercial, residential or commercial here with this area here. Just put a little bit there. Just speed the game up into another level of speed. I think we can play the game faster now. Let it run faster. Otherwise we're not going to how can you say, get the flow. Kind of got a dead zone here. What would I like to put in here? Actually, that's what we might be able to do, is just come in like this. And maybe take you off towards like that. And then what we might be able to do is, surprise, surprise, I'm just going to come up one. Will that go across? Was that just being too ambitious? No, I think that's too ambitious. So what we're going to have to do is, you can't go up. You go down. And we can go underneath there. And we can just kind of come up this way. Down again a bit more. Come up again. Like that. That would give a nice connection when... I know it seems a bit immaterial at the moment, but I think once the population kind of starts to expand down here, we can probably put a little bit more commercial in this area here. A little commercial zone or something like that. Now I think what we're going to do now is just go through, just check the city. You can see it's a nice, getting a nice coverage. And the city's happy. Health-wise, the city's happy. Levels, yeah, got nice dark here. Ooh, we've got a bit of a problem up here that's probably not quite so good. Oh, maybe we need to work on this area here. Traffic. Yeah, got a few hot spots, but I don't think there's anything worth worrying about. I think the key factor is, if you zoom in on these hot spots, as long as the traffic's flowing I think that's fine. Pollution. Yeah, we've got a little bit of pollution walking around the city. Noise, got quite a lot of noise, got a little bit of noise there. I don't think it's really affecting the residential areas that much. Might have a problem here. Fire coverage, got a bit of problem down here. So maybe we need to drop a fire station in here, around here somewhere. Maybe we'll put one just here. Crime, how are we doing for crime? I think crime coverage is often better than fire stations. Public transport, got a nice coverage of public transport with the there, but I think we may need to start expanding this area a little bit with the trams and that. Got a few bus routes there. Got this kind of circulatory transit route here. So I think generally we got a pretty good transit there. Maybe it's time to think about expanding this way. Population, see, mostly adults, so we got a nice population spread. What else we got here? Outside connections. Well, this is, so you can see where we're still importing a lot of stuff, but we're also, most of the exports are coming from this area here. So we're a net importer, and we've got a bit of farming up here that probably, maybe we could put a bit of farming down here, export it. Generally the city's higher, got a high income, but of course these buildings are going to be low purely because of the nature of the buildings. Resources, well, you can see the resources, that kind of self-explanatory. Maybe we can get a little bit of farming going down in this area to give a little bit of industrial if we get and grow the industrial demands coming up. I think that's about it. Heat. We're not laying in any hot water pipes, so as I say, we've got some industrial growing, but at the moment my instinct is that if we look on here, let's just have a quick look through. So of the distinct buildings, so we've got a little bit more to go for education expenses. Got getting very close to the residential area, a long way to go for industrial, so we need to work on that. Got to have 15,000. We've got a lot more children need educating. It's got a long way to construct the buildings. This is an easy win, which we can put in later on. These are here. 10,000 office space, which is something we've got to work on. 7 instances of cemetery, of university, sorry. This is full. This is full. So that we could probably go for, maybe that would be the part for the next part for the actually we could put that in now. Could I run that in through here? I've brought that's power lines. So yeah, let's see if I can hook this up. There should be a rail line here somewhere. We've got a good station there. Just going to pause the game. We'll just do this. I've forgotten all about this, guys, actually. I'm just going to go down. Delete this. We're going to have to run underground through this section here, because I've actually accidentally built over the top of it. So we're going to have to kind of, and maybe we'll come out like that. and we'll come up here. And maybe we will drop the port in here. Drop this in here. And we can just stick this back. Just keep rounding this off here. Sometimes to get a curve, to get the tangents, it's actually pays to join things up and then just do that. And we'll just connect this up here like that. We've got a industrial port here. What I will do, actually what we can do, let's do it. Let's do it. We've got the money. And I think what we're going to do is just run this down here. This is right on the edge of the map now, the edge of the 25 tiles, so there's no point worrying about I think we can run through here. I think we can go underground here. Maybe to there, and we can come up here. Ooh, that's going to be a bit tricky. That kind of creates a rail connection through here, which means that I can now pick up an underground line, expand into here. We've now got a new functioning port here. And I think what I'm actually going to do is create a parallel road there. And this will actually act as a double feed for this area here. And I think what we can do is actually just pick this, if I pick this up and move you into about, I move you about there and just stick that road back a bit. And we're just gonna, I think we can take this across like that and just drop you down here, and that will provide the road into the industrial area. So we've got a bit of a flow here. We've got quite a lot of industry building up here. So I think what I'm going to do is just to give a bit of, I'm going to create a small kind of industrial area here. Actually, let's just kind of spread it over this area a little bit. And I think the oil comes in there, so actually let's restrict it to this area here. Cargo heights, maybe take it out a little bit. I think we can afford to overlap this commercial area a little bit, and I think we're going to this is going to be a more regulated kind of farming area or food producing area. So we're just going to come out like this. There's no point building houses or anything close to the highway, so I don't think we're going to build too much in that area. So maybe we'll come across like that, and we'll just drop some just come up back that way. We'll just put some farming in there, just for the fun of it. I mean, why not? Let's check the water. And of course there's no water. So let's cover this over. As I say, this is just purely a little bit of fun, and I think we can also take up some of this area with offices on both sides. Maybe we can have an office zone down here somewhere, because obviously this is a noisy part of the, going to be a noisy part of the residency, so you can just fill in this area here, maybe get a few more offices around here like this. I'm assuming offices don't need, I mean these offices have been here for some time and they're not complaining about not having access to things, so maybe that will work out quite nicely. And again, I'm just gonna drop a footpath across here just to keep things flowing. Obviously the demand for industry over here is not as great as I thought it would be, which is obviously people want to work in offices rather than factories, which is a little bit disappointing. But we need to have the offices as well, so maybe we can put a little bit more office space over here as well then. We can drop some office space in there. I mean, who wants to live next to a busy junction anyway, so maybe we'll have 2 sets of offices there and a bit more here, because we've got who wants to live next to a highway, so that should do it. We've got a bit more residential coming in, which I think I want to do is expand this area a bit more. You take advantage of the golf course effect. Probably come here. I think we can drop a road through there. Maybe to here. Probably have affected the bus routes, but that's going to be fine. Maybe we can just come here, just check the power now, because I probably don't need these power lines, but these will spread. This is spreading down quite nicely down this way with the effect of the offices, and nobody wants to work in the industrial area, so okay. You've had your chance, guys. We'll just dezone this, and it's just going to have to become a commercial stroke residential office area. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea doing that here. What I will do off camera is put a road junction in here, and we can expand this way. Maybe we'll get some oil production going. So I'm aware that time's going on, and I think we've covered it now. I think you guys got an idea of where we're going. I'm sorry it's not really exciting stuff, because obviously this is the slow grudge now of building the city up, getting it working. I'll just check the power here. Oh, got a little bit of power connection there. Probably don't need this now. I mean, these power lines are kind of slowly losing their why we actually need them. Maybe there'll be a few others around the city. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. We see we've now reached 130,000, but we're actually losing some population. Maybe we need to get a bit more in this area. Get the city growing and put in a whole wodge here. Keep the city growing outwards, filling up. So yep, this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. As I say, I'm sorry it's not as inspiring and maybe not as interesting, but we are on target. We are, I say, we've reached 130,000, and I'll be back with something new, something different, maybe eventually as it grows, and we're just going to keep pushing the city forward. So until the next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.